Yeah, look, it was a great win. Yeah, really good. Yeah, particularly on the back of last week when we sort of just couldn't get over the line against the Dogs and they were just a bit too good for too long. So three-quarter time, similar circumstance, playing against a team that, yeah, obviously had a lot to play for, and to win that last quarter and do really well when they came back obviously all game, and for us to get over the line's a huge positive for the players and the club.
The script said you weren't probably supposed to move balls, you said they were all to play for. How much of a role does it play in these moves?
Yeah, look, well, I mean, it's always hard to pick games of footy. I mean, obviously where we're coming from when we play against everyone, we understand we're underdogs, but you never really worry about that, you know. And Richmond were favourites going in, and I mean, they're a finals team from last year, and we're come from 17th. So, but all you focus on is trying to get better, and that's what we're trying to do as a team, and trying to set some standards. And then when we get on the game, every game's a learning curve for us. You know, we learn every single week, and we've got some young players learning how to play AFL standard football. So really the outcomes, I don't focus too much on the outcomes because, yeah, we are coming from a long way back. So I was really pleased that, you know, we just keep persevering, and to win today is really important.
Where did you get better today?
Sorry?
Where did you get better today?
Yeah, as I said, I think we're just learning, which is good. I mean, you know, last week we dropped off at defensive stoppages probably. You know, I think they kicked some easy goals last week against us, you know, and they're forward 50, the Bulldogs. This week I think we had 15 defensive stoppages for 1 point. You know, so that was a really big positive. It was a big focus for us during the week not to get goals scored against, you know, defensive 50 stoppages. So I thought that was, you know, that was really, really important. Yeah, I thought even though we turned the ball over a lot today, there were periods of the game where we controlled the ball well. You know, we were able to use our feet and get the ball down the field to our forwards. I thought that was a positive. A huge positive, the fact that they had such a massive game for Richmond, and for us to beat them in those circumstances was huge.
Nathan Jones was huge in that last quarter, 13 Aussies, pretty inspirational.
Yeah, look, he's been terrific, playing different roles. I mean, it was a great battle, Cochin versus Jones, you know, two really good players, and obviously Chunk's learning a different way to play, you know, and he's embracing that. Did against Murphy really well, played on Gazza Ablett for, you know, a couple of quarters. So to play on Cochin, who's a really good player, you know, but no, he was terrific, you know, and it's great for guys like himself and Jack Grimes. I thought Watsy's game was exceptional today, you know, and lifted. So the guys that have been around here a long time, Dunny and Garland, yeah, it's fantastic for them.
Do you think Watson will benefit from having that predictability, playing a lot more forward?
Look, I think playing him in the midfield was maybe good for him for a while, just to see a different thing. But certainly when we've settled him down the last 3 weeks, his form's really jumped up again to a good, consistent level. So this week, I thought he was very good.
Well, you said the outcomes, or you talked down the outcomes, saying maybe that wasn't important, it was more the process. But when you hear the crowd roar like that and the players react to the win like they did today, you know, is this a big milestone or a big step for your footy club?
Well, you hope so. I mean, you just don't know. I think from when I talk about the process, it's more, you know, we know we've got to get a lot of things right to win. So I don't really focus on winning and losing. I come to win every week, you know, and that's probably the stage we've gone from being competitive and, but, you know, I come to win every week, and I think the players have got to take that mindset in. But really our focus is, you know, every minute of every game and trying to get things right regularly, and that's what the good teams do. And we're a long way from that, we understand that, but certainly to beat, you know, a team that played finals last year is a great effort from the players.
Another feature, especially the second half, they're peppering the goals, and they're probably only one or two in a row from maybe overrunning you, and just your players' ability to keep their poise and their structures and all the rest of it, not get, I guess, a bit sort of overawed by what was going on. How important was that?
Yeah, I think so, because, I mean, they did miss a lot of goals, so we realise that's a factor. But a lot of their sort of shots came from our turnover, so it's almost like a double thing. So you turn the ball over, so you get disappointed at the turnover, and if they kick a goal, you get disappointed twice, because you're disappointed from the turnover, then you're disappointed from the goal. I mean, we handed them the goals. I mean, they turned the ball over a bit as well, but it's really double. So to be able to keep persevering, you know, Koch kicks that goal, you know, middle of the last quarter, I think it brings them back to about 4 points or something. 4 points. So to get out with nearly a 3-goal win from that point is a very, very good effort from our guys.
What's that say about the development of your team? To win when, you know, you're really on that knife edge, and let's face it, past Melbourne teams just would have collapsed, really.
Yeah, I think it gets back to that process. You just hope they go back to centre bounce, get in the right positions for the centre bounce, next stoppage, get in the right positions. And I think that's where they're improving and learning, and they realise the value of that now, that if they do those sort of things, they don't have to worry about the scoreboard. I think early in the year, and I mentioned at round 2 against West Coast, it was, scoreboard's 1 goal of difference, it's 2 goals of difference, it's 3 goals of difference. And then they start getting out of shape and they start getting out of the game plan, and then the whole thing just falls apart. So certainly we've come a long way since that period.
I'm just wondering, Richmond clearly put a hell of a lot of focus on the symbolism of this week, Tommy Hafey, etc., etc. Did you have to do anything? Did you have to talk to the players about the flip side of that? Because you're the Grinches today, and there was all this build-up and the pre-game ceremony, and the players are aware of that. Did you have to do anything?
I spoke to the players about it being an important day for us in terms of Tommy. Tommy's a football person. Obviously, he's a Richmond 4-time premiership, but he's also been at Geelong, he's been at Collingwood, he's been at the Swans. So he's a football person. We had to deliver something for Tom Hafey as well. So this wasn't just about Richmond. It was a big day for Richmond. I don't want to downplay that at all. But this is a big day for us to play well. On the back of one of the greats of AFL football, a guy that's dedicated 35 years to the game. We needed to put a big performance in today as well. And I spoke to him about that.
Aidan Riley's first goal, how do you describe it?
Yeah, it was a wobbly old kick from Jack Watts coming in, and it was a good catch to catch it for a start. But look, he probably gave us what we thought. We put him on, wanted to get some hardness and toughness around the footy, and we knew he'd run out of steam. It was a bit of a gamble, I guess, JKH on the bench and Riley, but just the hardness against what we thought was going to be a tough game. So I thought that mix was good. Riley played well for when he was on, and then Jay came on and did really well when he was on. But it was good. I mean, Riley's a hard, tough, good footballer, and we need plenty of them.
You've got eight tackles each out of Pedersen and Dawes up forward, and then 8 marks out of Jeremy Howe down the back. Well, how pleased are you with how those two ends are building?
Yeah, again, early in the year we were sort of still throwing things around, and not having Dawsey's really hurt us. I mean, you probably don't realise until you get him back in the team. So Dawsey's been terrific. Just even though he didn't have a great day today, his competitiveness and his ability to fight and work, and then which allows Pedo to get the next best sort of defender. And I thought the rucks going forward was important too, because they were unlucky. I think they lost Asprey as well, so that was a bit unlucky for them. And I think it was Ellis might have had to play on Pedersen undersized. But certainly Dawsey's that real general down there that does well. Gorney and Jamo going forward stretched him a little bit, and then Pedersen I thought was terrific. I mean, Howie down back's been very, very good.
Paul, does days like today make you feel better about coaching this club in the longer term? There's a lot of talk about your future, whether you're going to commit past the current deadline or not. Do you see a situation where you will stay in charge for longer?
Probably makes me feel better in the short term, because I'm aware of the pain that this club's had for so many, and even though I wasn't here, you tend to feel it. Even though I've only been here for 9 games, you carry the last 5 years as coach. So it probably makes me feel better in the short term, because I'm here to make a difference, and sometimes you feel guilty, that we're probably not improving as much as I would have liked, but we understand how far we're coming back. So it's probably more short term. I'm happy for the club, happy for the players, happy for the fans that we're getting a result. We've won 3 games, which is really good. I don't really think too much about the longer term stuff. It's more that short term stuff for the people that have endured so much hard times. It's great to see Melbourne fans celebrating after a game. Thanks, guys. Good on you.
Thanks.